All right, so this is actually going to give us an opportunity to take a look at customization here, right? Making some custom models. And let's see, that doesn't look like it's centered. Let me go ahead and position that. But what we'll be able to do here is we'll be able to use what we have here as a component in order to create another component for the side railings, right? So look at this. If I edit this component, what you'll notice is here we have other subcomponents, right? You'll notice here that this is the balustrade side, right? The vertical rail. These are just copies of that. Here we've got the top rail. Here we've got the bottom rail, right? In this particular component, basically I just have a copy of these components to the other side. So how can I reuse what I've already drawn, but it's a different size and different orientation? How could I reuse them? What you could do is this. Okay, I can select, let's get into a position here. I can select the individual components, right? Control C, right? This is Control C. Now, I'm out of the component. As you can see, front railings, right? I'm out of that component now, and I do Control V for paste. So this right here is another railing which consists of copies of the components that make up this railing. Now you'll notice if I do anything to change, let's say this component here, right? It's going to change that one. Do I want that? Do I need to change these here? All it is it's less, the same spacing, but less, right? The one thing I will be changing, or the two things rather, will be this top rail. Let's get out of that component. This top rail and this bottom rail, correct? Right now, this bottom rail and this top rail is a copy of these. So, here's what I would recommend, okay? You'll notice, if I want to make this one different from the others, what I can do is select it, right-click, make it unique. Select this one, I want to be different, make it unique. These, I'm just going to remove. So watch. Here's the whole component, right? I'll make it into a component now. Right-click, oops. Let's make sure we select everything. Right-click right over it. Make it a component just so we can tell the difference. I'll call this side railings, right? Now, first we have to position it, right? So if I use move and hover on the top surface, you can see the tick marks. Rotate it 90 degrees. Now, I can decide to work with one side or the other. So let's just say we grab here and we place it, okay? I'm just going to place it anywhere. Make sure it's just there, right? It's just there. Now you can see how it fits into the porch there, and we can position it better if we like. But now what we need to do is we need to edit the number of railings, the number of vertical railings, and the length of the top and the bottom rail, yeah? So, if you take a look here, right-click, edit the component. Now, I can't see the other components in there, right? Remember that what we could do here is use model info. If we want to dynamically hide everything else, right? We can see what's there, or we can simply fade back, okay? So, what I need to do is I need to delete that one that's in there, right? So if I hide it, I can select this way temporarily. I'll probably even take care of that one, right? Take that one out. Now I can remove the hide, and now I can work with just the top and the bottom rail, right? So now I'm going to edit this component. Double click, and what I'm going to do here is simply push. Know that the faces, if you use the push-pull, right, you can see how you can change the length. In that case, you could change the width as well, right? So exit that component by clicking outside of it. I'm still within the railing component, right? Here's the bottom rail. Double click to edit this railing. Use push pull, select the face, pull it back, or orbit, and select the back face of the column there. Now, if I exit the component entirely, right? Now you can see, without affecting these railings, I was able to recreate a separate, unique railing based on the components that make up this railing. So now I can spend the time to correctly size them or position them, and here it's just going to be a matter of selecting the one component and moving up along the Z-axis, right? Shift and look at this, right? Now I can just snap to the top face there. Let's make sure let's see, try to get the top face. Maybe we need to see a corner there, corner, right? Just like that. So now it's the same elevation. Now, how do I get it onto the other side, right? Now remember, you might have a front face and a back face. So it's going to be important for you to flip it, yes? Now, make a copy just by tapping Control and then going from one corner to the other, right? Now, I need to flip it. If I right-click over it, you'll see flip along. We're going to use red axes. Pay attention here. You'll see it flip from front to back. Okay? And once again, you can use a base point here to position it next to your column. So I'll shift to constrain it, right? See how it's perfectly aligned there? And you'll see it's the same height as the previous one. All right, so that's just a little bit of working with components, reusing components to complete your model, being able to reuse components that make up larger components as well. So let's make sure we put this on the correct layer. Put this on railings or stairs if you like, whatever you have there. And now we have completed the building envelope. In the next series, we'll talk about customizing materials and then developing display styles for our final presentation.